Hey, welcome to Aurelius. My name is Eli, and I'm a social engineer.
Hi, I'm Evan, and I'm a civil engineer.
Hi, I'm Dexter. I'm an agriculture engineer.
Welcome to Aurelius, the state-of-the-art city on the moon. When we came to the moon, we had many challenges. There was very little water and no air, no food or shelter. Our city is located on the south pole of the moon, where there is ice in the craters and more sun than other parts of the moon, which means we have less extreme temperature.
Learn about our daily life on Aurelius.
In the beginning, only scientists and very skilled people were allowed to go on the moon. Now, thousands of people live on the moon full-time, including families, and there are many activities that people participate in, such as gyms and virtual reality rooms that simulate any location. There are even racing tracks for people to drive on with rovers. Daily life on the moon is much like on Earth. The main difference is not being able to go outside without a suit. Many people do multiple things for work, creating redundancy. The most important thing about living in space is having a shelter. A shelter on the moon needs to be airtight so you can take off your equipment and do experiments, sleep, and eat. The early arrivals to the moon lived in lava tubes that they inflated temporary shelters in. Later, we sent robots to 3D print regolith caves above ground that humans inflated buildings in on arrival. On the moon, we vote for our representatives and leaders. In our city, everyone gets paid the same. No one is poor, and no one is rich. No guns or weapons of any sort are allowed. Our citizens stay healthy by having medical checkups and stay happy by having free time throughout the day. Healthcare is free. We have hospitals and medical centers. The shops on the moon are not like traditional stores on Earth. Our stores are all online, and the products are 3D and 4D printed instead of being stored and wasting space. 3D printing prevents having to take any resources from Earth. Additionally, all of our currency is digital and linked to the owner using biometrics.
We have multiple forms of transportation. The primary source of transportation is vehicles and monorails. Transportation vehicles are made of futuristic lightweight metal alloys embedded with boron, which protects against radiation. Our material engineers use a process called friction stir welding, which keeps the metals from cracking. Vehicles run on lightweight rechargeable batteries. Our agricultural engineers can grow any plant on the moon with the proper resources. To reduce waste, we grow plants that we can eat most of, such as potatoes, lettuce, cabbage, and carrots. Worms are a great source of protein and are easy to farm. All our food is grown in indoor vertical gardens. We have 14 square meters of farm per person, which produces about 200 pounds of vegetables. If one garden fails due to an asteroid or pests, we have backup farms. Plants can make people happy and are an excellent source of water through transpiration. The primary source of energy we use is solar energy. Our city uses perovskite in our solar panels, one of our futuristic technologies. Perovskite is an extremely efficient material. Our mechanical engineers design and manufacture the solar panels by layering the perovskite onto solar cells, which utilizes 40% of the sun's rays compared to about 20% in silicon solar panels. It is also printable and flexible, so we put it on our buildings. On the moon, we have a pleasant, clean environment, and have done better than we did on Earth. Our biological engineers designed a futuristic technology that uses large vats of bacteria found in mealworms to degrade our plastic waste.
On the moon, another one of our futuristic technologies is our autonomous robots that can move around and assemble into various machines to do mining, construction, and other tasks. They are magnetic and can fit together very efficiently. They are small, so if some of them break, there is still more to use to complete the task.
Our mechanical engineers have designed 3D and 4D printers to make many things, such as tools, food, or equipment. 4D printed materials transform into other shapes with heat or water. Some of our 4D objects include medical devices, self-healing buildings, and equipment that can compress as needed. The task of finding reused materials goes to our material engineers.
Learn about how we use the moon's resources, regolith, and ice.
Regolith is an excellent resource since it's all over the moon's surface. Our civil engineers sinter regolith to build 2 to 3 meter thick walls to protect us from meteorites and the sun's radiation. Our robotic and geologist engineers use robots to mine regolith and extract metals such as titanium, silicon, oxygen, and hydrogen. A risk of using regolith is that the fine powder could be breathed in and potentially cause sickness. Regolith also can cause problems in machinery. Fortunately, we have found ice on our moon. Without it, our city would not be possible. Our robotics engineers created a device called a vapor tank that transforms solid ice into vapor. When the water vapor cools down, it becomes liquid water. The water is used for rocket fuel and drinking water. Our mechanical engineers have invented a machine called the oxyglobe. This machine uses electricity to separate the water into oxygen and hydrogen for rocket fuel. The excess oxygen gets used for fresh air. One of our trade-offs is how we use our water. Some water is used in the gardens to grow food, and some is used for drinking. Our water resource engineers filter the water to make it healthy to drink. We recycle all of our water for later use.
Aurelius is a city like no other. It's a sustainable place for research and living. Made possible by our many engineers, we have created a state-of-the-art city that is safe and healthy for